Scene script. Have you ever wondered what makes successful people tick? What drives them to overcome obstacles and achieve their goals? The answer is motivation. It's the driving force that fuels the fire of success in every individual. It's what pushes us to become better, to strive harder, to reach for the stars. Let's take a look at the story of Thomas Edison, the man who changed the course of history with a single invention: the light bulb. Edison's journey was not an easy one. He faced a mountain of failures, thousands of unsuccessful attempts. But did he give up? No. He was driven by a powerful force: motivation. His determination was unwavering, his spirit unbroken. Each failure was a stepping stone, each setback a lesson learned. And so, as Edison famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His motivation led him to invent something that revolutionized the world. So what motivates you? What gets you out of bed in the morning, ready to face the day? Motivation, the driving force behind our actions, is a complex subject. It's like a compass guiding us through life's journey. There are two main types of motivation that propel us: intrinsic and extrinsic. Picture this: a student who loves learning for its own sake. This student doesn't need rewards or recognition. The joy of gaining knowledge is reward enough. This is intrinsic motivation, the type that comes from within us, fueled by our personal interests and values. It's the passion that ignites when we do something we truly love, making the process as enjoyable as the outcome. It's that spark that keeps a painter painting, a writer writing, a runner running. It's powerful, but it's also fragile. Without a genuine interest or passion, intrinsic motivation can easily wane. Now, think of another student who studies diligently, not out of a love for learning, but to earn good grades and approval from their parents. This is extrinsic motivation, driven by external rewards or the fear of negative consequences. It's the push that comes from the desire for recognition, awards, or the avoidance of punishment. It can be a strong motivator, certainly, but it can also lead to stress and dissatisfaction if the rewards stop coming, or if they don't meet our expectations. Both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation have their places in our lives. They have their advantages and their drawbacks. Intrinsic motivation can lead to deep satisfaction and long-lasting habits, but it requires a genuine interest or passion. Extrinsic motivation can push us to achieve great things, but it can also make us dependent on rewards and recognition. In the grand scheme of things, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. What works for one person may not work for another. It's about finding the balance that best suits you, your goals, and your personal journey. Whether you're driven by a love of learning or the desire for good grades, what matters is that you have something that motivates you to strive for success. Now that you've identified your motivation, how can you use it to achieve your goals? Let's dive in. Harnessing your motivation involves turning that raw, fiery energy into a force that propels you forward. One of the most effective ways to do this is by setting clear, actionable goals. Think of these goals as the roadmap to your success. They give your motivation a direction, a path to follow. And remember, your goals should be SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Now let's consider visualization. It's a technique used by athletes, entrepreneurs, and even astronauts. Picture this: a marathon runner. Let's call her Jane. Jane is training for a big race. Every day, she visualizes crossing the finish line, the crowd cheering, the feeling of accomplishment. This mental image acts as a beacon, pulling her forward. It gives her motivation a tangible form, making it easier for her to tap into when the training gets tough. Another powerful method for harnessing motivation is positive reinforcement. This involves rewarding yourself for small victories along the way. Jane, for instance, treats herself to a favorite meal after a week of consistent training. These rewards create a positive feedback loop, reinforcing her motivation and making her more likely to stick to her training plan. And let's not forget the power of a positive mindset. Maintaining a positive outlook can help you overcome setbacks and keep your motivation levels high. When Jane faces a tough training day, she doesn't let it discourage her. Instead, she views it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Her positive attitude fuels her motivation, pushing her to train harder and perform better. Harnessing your motivation isn't always easy. It requires effort, dedication, and a healthy dose of self-belief. But when done right, it can transform your motivation from a fleeting feeling into a powerful force that drives you towards your goals. And so, as we conclude our exploration of harnessing motivation, let's remember this: motivation is a powerful tool. Use it wisely and there's no limit to what you can achieve. So, what have we learned about motivation today? We've discovered that motivation is crucial. It's the driving force that propels us forward. We've explored various types of motivation, from intrinsic to extrinsic, each with its unique characteristics. And we've delved into strategies to harness motivation, transforming it into a powerful tool to achieve our goals. As we've seen, motivation is the key to success. So find your motivation, harness it, and let it guide you towards your goals. Until next time, keep striving, keep achieving, and stay motivated.